Sim 17 when we had the seed cart, thing that goes on the back of a semi truck and takes up the bed space of that. And I think for that release of the aggravation pack, they actually gave us a Horsch self-propelled sprayer, which was never released in 19 or 22, which was a shame, because I kind of liked that. I think I also used a New Holland back in Farm Sim 17 as well. Yeah, we can still see here there are some seriously over nitrogenated sections of this. Even this edge is close to not needing anything, but then the yellow strips are just way overdone. But we're using crop sensors, so it's just doing enough to bring it to perfect levels of nitrogen on those outer edges. Let's strip across the field here. I think this is where one of the field breaks was. And then around the top. I don't know, it's not 7:30 yet. We've still got an hour and a half, an hour and 35 minutes before the rain happens. But obviously, don't want to cut the grass yet because it's going to get rained on, and I don't want to chop the maize yet because, again, going to get rained on. With fertilizer, it's okay to add it, and then I think, depending on how big of a rainstorm you get, rain will actually encourage plants to open their pores and suck in some of that fertilizer. And the rest will get rinsed into the soil, so long as they've had time enough to sit. Oh, there's another bit. Way too much nitrogen. But if it does start raining before we get this completed, I'll pull this off to the side, and I think we could probably take a look at the mower and the other stuff. Actually, two big tractors. Well, I think in the let's get as much as possible achieved in a short time, I can get the mower out mowing while we're foraging the maize. And we'll just leave the grass sit, and we can collect that later when we finish the maize harvest. But as I said, not going to do that right away because, well, and then let's see where things go from there. Like, do we have enough silo space for all of the stuff we're about to produce? I think we should be good for the maize. We've done a big field of that before, and we've just expanded the amount of land we're using for that. The grass is just our inner 4 fields plus the big one. So we've never had any problems with that. What's going to be interesting is third cut, because we're going to have this field and the old canola field, and that is pretty much going to overload, I think, most of our all of our silos. So I am fully expecting to have to buy at least one more silo for silage. Ending up in the same position as Tom Pemberton. He's got all his silos filled and there's still a grass cut to make, and he's still got to do the maize, and there's not enough room on the farm for them all. This farm is getting the same way. We are just way too much silage stuff, and I don't even have any cows to eat it. But it does make for good income, so it's not a bad thing, it's just income. Okay, that's that bit, that's that bit. Don't know. This is awkward because the field slopes back way too fast. I don't know where I really need to position to run back down here. Obviously on the other side, we're driving further down that way and then we're coming back to the line there. This is the point I could have put GPS on and it would have made things easier. But I didn't, so oh well. Oh, the other thing with the new PC installation imminent, I will be buying from Ep73f next month. And then it's about, I think we're 4 weeks off, but it's approximately, it'll be 3 weeks out, beginning of next month. So it will give me at least a little bit of time to figure out new stuff before I start a new Saturday series. Now, I'm pretty sure that people who watch my Railroader series don't watch my Farm Sim series, but as an explanation there, I've had so much going on in the last week and a half, I haven't had enough time to play Railroader or put out any new videos. As we last left that off, I had done day 13 morning and noon, and I pretty much finished the day by noon. I think it was really just having trains return to the exchange with what they picked up, and I didn't feel it was really, it wouldn't have made a good video to do a day 13 evening or afternoon, because really all you're doing is watching 3 trains run down the entire length of the track, end of the day. So what I've done, I did that off camera, and there will be, the next episode will be day 14 morning, and we'll be working the new delivery at the exchange. How's the time? We are at 7:48, so we're still a ways off. The weather coming. This really hasn't taken long, even at 3 times speed, this really hasn't taken long. One of the features we are getting with Farm Sim 25 is, if we're in this situation on Farm Sim 25, as soon as I finish this job, it's like, oh, it's going to rain for 3 hours. We'll take a rest we'll use the sleep point as a rest point. We'll rest until midday. So you don't have to use fast clock speed, I'll ramp up time to times 256 and then wind it back down again as the rainstorm finishes so I can start the next piece of work on the farm. Okay. I could reverse the direction I'm going here. It's not a crop, so it really doesn't matter which direction I spray things, but this is really narrow and that's a bit longer. So if I went up the field, I wouldn't have to make quite so many loops. I might do that. I should have done that about 4 rows ago. Okay, go this way. And I do like the mini-map showing where I've been and what I need to do. It's kind of like a screen readout in the cab. I don't know if this has one. Well, the mirrors doesn't seem to have a lot in the way of computer screens though. But some of this, if you've got a sprayer with GPS and smart software, it will show you where you've been and where you haven't been, and pretty much like the screen is there. Anyway, down this bit. So we're going to need the main cart and a forage wagon set up. I can put the seeder away as well. That would be a good plan. And once we've done the maize, we're going to have to plough that field. I think maybe I put the Magnum on the cart that we're pulling the maize in with. Because as soon as it's finished bringing in all the maize, I can stick that straight on the culti-plough and do the whole ploughing the maize field. And Fig Murphy, hey! Welcome to Saturday stream. And thank you. And there we go, 8 o'clock, and we are good and done. Is done. Fold that up. Did I press the right button? Yes. I didn't press the fold button. Oops. Okay, we can take this back to the yard and stick it back in the shed. Next thing. Okay, so next thing is we need to set up all of the foraging equipment that we're going to need over the next 2-3 days. And since the rain's coming, I'm probably not going to do... Oops, I should have turned right there, never mind. I'm probably not going to start the foraging work until next week on Saturday. I think, how do we do this? We do this. I need to be facing the other way. Yes. And we pump that out into the tank. So we're still going to need this again later on in the year. Should probably wash it off though. You don't need fertilizer corroding the tanks and the lines and everything else. But that was a nice quick job. It was about 35 minutes to do all of the fields that needed doing. Certainly a lot quicker than planting them. And we should fill the tanks up with water and run them through the nozzles so that everything gets cleaned out, and then we put it away. But those aren't things you do in Farm Sim, so... okay. And I think we'll call that good. And jump out. Oh yeah, we've got acres of space. Hi. Okay, what did I say I was going to do? We need to put the seeder away, which I've left out for a month. Because why not? And... oh, please start the engine. Yeah, okay. Alright, let me... load that there. How's the conditions? Conditions are fine. Okay. It really wasn't much of a job to plant 2 fields of grass. I think we did have to buy the extra seeds many times. Okay, you're good. Let's clean you off, although we're pretty much going back to work immediately after this. So, seeders live in the other shed. And as I said, because we're going to forage the maize, we are going to be planting grass in that field. Well, are we? No, I'm going to be planting barley straight in that field. Still uses this seeder, so that's fine. But we'll be running that off the Magnum as well, so I'll use the forage cart on this tractor. So, excuse me while I concentrate on backing up. Okay, back that towards the back wall, and you are good. Disconnect. Okay, the not pick up cart is the first one. Okay, what state's that? Oh, that was recently serviced. That's good. I'll take this out to the field then. Then, oh, this tractor has a cosplay waypoint set. Disconnect. Clear cosplay. Reconnect. Empty when over. I wonder if I can set this up to courseplay with the forager. Obviously a new feature of courseplay that wasn't there where last time I hitched this up, or at least I'm not aware it was there when I last hitched this up. Okay, this is awkward. I might need to drive on the new grass to get us oriented correctly, because I don't think there's enough room to turn around here. So, those two will be working together to pull all the maize off this field. And as we checked, this field is ready to serve forage. It's got good pH, that's fine. It's got perfect nitrogen, which is excellent. Oh, I think, yeah, I forgot to lime this when I planted it, which is silly. If you're planting an arable crop, you should lime it. That's all done. Oh, actually. I need some forks. So, yeah, okay, that does that. Let's drop the bucket. Pretty sure the forks are over here. Oh, actually. No. Those are tractor forks, and I don't have a tractor with a front loader, so oh well. Grab that. Yes. Put the seeds back away. I'll put the seeds next to the seeders. It's probably the most sensible place to put them. That works well enough. Oh. I'll put this on this side. Don't use the balers quite as often. Oh. So that's not going to get in the way there. I haven't done front loader stuff for a while, but really, I mean, we are pending a new game, and it's probably safer to assume that a lot of the helper mods that we have available now are not going to be available in the new version of the game. So we do know that things like GPS is going to be available. The workers are going to be more, because GPS is being added, workers are effectively going to follow GPS courses. So you can actually plot the course you want the worker to take, as opposed to stick it on the field and point it in a rough direction you want it to go and hope it